Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday already, February 12th. I can't believe it's Wednesday. Today, we're talking about BYD's big bet on autonomy, Hyundai releasing some great solid-state battery technology, and watching YouTube on your television.
Watching YouTube.
On your TV.
On a TV.
See, here we go. I want to talk about the last story first. I want to give you anecdotal things.
I've got so many anecdotes there.
Because that's at the end of the show, not at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. But stay for the end of the show is what we're trying to tell you, fam.
It's the big finale. How's your week back been? It's Wednesday now. You've gotten back from vacation. The Monday happened.
Yesterday, I was like, is it Friday? I think I've had enough meetings to make it be Friday.
The goal is you go on vacation, you come back refreshed, which I feel like you did, but still.
Totally did. Yeah.
It just that recalibration overall is we particularly, you and I and the companies we're involved with, do a lot in one day.
Just do a lot in one day. And so when you miss 5 working days, you have to cram and catch up, and you're like, oh, y'all did that last week? That's cool. Right. I'm glad to hear it. I do think about that sometimes, like this industry in general, how we just typically outwork other industries. That's right. And it's hard to survive in the retail auto industry if you don't have 120% work ethic. Yeah, it is very hard. It's interesting. Honestly, when I'm around friends and they're talking about how their weeks went,
I already know.
I'm like, you clearly have never been in an industry that, well, and I think maybe this is similar in some other retail industries, right?
Yep.
Where or
entrepreneurial circles, small business owners,
retail, these businesses that move at such a fast pace that if you're not recapping every week or every day and understanding what were the moves that were made that kind of changed the next day's direction, it's very hard to kind of keep up. So
I know it's cool, but we love it. We're not complaining. I mean, we found each other. That's why I think when people say they found the auto industry, right? Oh, I didn't mean to, right? That's everybody's story. I found it by accident, but I think what they found was a very kindred spirit with the work ethic.
That's right.
And with the desire to help people and all those things. So that's so much fun. Speaking of the desire to help people, new episode of our NADA show sessions. These are what podcasts are these dropping? Where do people search this?
The NADA show sessions.
You just search NADA show set. We have so many podcasts, I forget what we actually call them. This one is clear. We're getting less cute. We're getting more direct. That's a good thing. NADA show sessions. Just search it on your podcast platform, or you can just search it on YouTube. We talked to Carla Wade. Always so much fun. She's always got the best shoes of Lot Links, talking about integrating AI into the sales process. This was recorded live at the NADA show. But Carla is a very engaging and smart woman, and the accent just makes you feel like everything she says is 10 times more authoritative.
It's so smart. Yeah. You're like, oh, that must be right. Yeah, exactly. It's great. We've been releasing some stuff from Public Policy Day. You can find entire sessions from the Public Policy Day on our YouTube channel at asotu.be, but we also are releasing some podcasts from that. So John Bozella of the Alliance of Automotive Innovation talked to us about what he saw in China. That's on Auto Collabs, our podcast called Auto Collabs. You're going to want to check that out. We quote John Bozella a lot because of kind of his interactivity between the OEM and public policy and all of that throughout the year. So it was a really interesting conversation. And he's just one of those curious people, oh, you do that too,
yeah, and he's stupid smart. He's stupid smart. He's so smart it's stupid. And we haven't done one of these in a while because of the NADA show too, but we also put on some, I'll just say it, we put on some really great webinars around these parts. They're under 30 minutes. They're entertaining. You learn something. We have great guests. There's another one. We're firing it back up next week. We're going to be with Matt Murray of Wide Whale talking about reputation management. Basically, the summary is this. This is what 8 million plus Google reviews told them. It's pretty awesome. So you can sign up for those right on our homepage, asotu.com. Sign up for the webinar. You can be there live with us, please, because we're on and it's fun to heckle. But also, you get the recording. You know how it works. All right, let's go. News time.
Let's go.
Chinese automaker BYD is going all in on autonomous driving as it ramps up its challenge to Tesla's EV dominance. They basically announced that it's, quote, they're calling it God's Eye, self-driving tech, features autonomous overtaking and remote parking. It's going to be standard across all models. and the ultra affordable BYD Seagull, funny name for a car. Basically, it's priced under $10,000. Like $9,500 is getting this autonomous driving tech already built in. Their stock hit an all-time high following the announcement, going up 4% on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. This is from our email team, our daily pushback email team. Quote, they say, the price gap is staggering. BYD's smart-equipped Seagull, $9,555. Tesla's cheapest China-made model, $32,000. Ford's entry-level Mustang Mach-E, $39,900. So, yeah, I mean,
again, go listen to the Auto Collabs podcast with John Bozella. And then go back and take a listen to, we had Mike Stanton. You can probably search it on our YouTube. His comments about what he saw in China.
Yeah.
There is technology abounding in low price vehicles over there, and they are challenging the automakers that export from the US and import into China. And so it's not just the potential that they come into the US, and there's obviously talks around tariffs and how things get from Mexico to the US. But this level of affordability in the global EV and global automaker race is staggering. And to have like what they're calling fully autonomous driving at that price point is wild.
Yeah, it is. I mean, 2 out of 3 new cars sold in China this year will have some level of self-driving tech. 2 out of 3. So, I mean, man, for all of the things that, we'll call it like we see it, especially with our OEMs here in the US. But boy, the challenges they're facing. Just think about it. Just think about it.
I cannot imagine being in that game right now at the OEM level.
Speaking of being in the game at the OEM level.
There
Wrong
it
button.
is.
Segue.
I gotta get my buttons right. I'm off. This is a great one. Hyundai is making a major move in the EV battery race with its upcoming all-solid-state battery pilot line. We've been talking about this for a while. This advanced tech, set to debut in March, could significantly boost range, charging speeds, and energy density, positioning them as a leader in the evolving landscape. The company is investing over $9 billion in EV battery development over the next decade, including LFP, NCM, and all-solid-state options. So lithium phosphate, I don't know what those are. But 3 different kinds of batteries.
Yeah.
Hyundai aims to mass produce the all solid state batteries by 2030 with prototype EVs featuring the tech expected this year. GM and other industry leaders are expected to attend the opening ceremony, signaling some growing partnerships. Other automakers are racing to develop these solid state batteries, with Honda revealing one last November. They released their pilot line, not the Honda Pilot, but like the first line of these batteries. And Toyota is aiming for commercialization by 2027, 2028. And Nathan, thank you. LFP, lithium iron phosphate, and nickel cobalt manganese.
There you go. Big words. Hey, look, everybody's been talking about solid state as the thing that allows EVs to lower weight, increase capacity. And that's like been the race for like the next level of battery, energy and like just the ability to be long range in cars.
Mm-hmm.
The conversation was primarily around Toyota for a while. So it's interesting to see Hyundai kind of making a challenger move in there. And then for other manufacturers to be like, we're going to show up and see what they're up to. Hyundai and Kia, man, I'm telling you, you've been a proponent, but they've been doing some stuff recently.
They have been. I think the Toyota battery they talked about last year, they were talking about like they were throwing range numbers like 900 miles.
Right.
I mean,
that's unbelievable.
I still don't.
That would basically last me like 5 months.
Yeah. They would definitely, at that range though, I think what would happen with the cars would get cheaper, because I think once you get over 400, I think everyone is satisfied with range.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Once you get to 400, everyone's like, okay, this is about the same as what I could get in most gas-powered cars. And then they'll just put half the battery, half the size in there. They'll make the car lighter, which will also improve, the mileage and make the cars cheaper, which is, per the first story, I think.
Per the first story, we need the cheaper cars to compete in the global EV race.
Yeah. Speaking of competing in the global race.
Segue.
The story we've been waiting to talk about.
It is official. YouTube is now more popular on TVs than on phones. So more people watching on TVs than on phones, with over 1 billion hours of content streamed daily on television screens. As YouTube solidifies its dominance in streaming, new features continue to blur the line between traditional TV and digital video. Obviously, YouTube remains the most watched streaming service in the US for the second year, according to Nielsen. The platform updates include things like an improved TV layout, interactive features, the ability to watch shorts and live streams on TV. They've now surpassed 8 million subscribers to YouTube TV, while YouTube Premium and Music have exceeded 100 million.
Wow.
Including their trials. So Premium and Music are definitely growing like crazy. CEO Neil Mohan emphasized YouTube's role in reshaping television, saying the, quote, new television doesn't look like the, quote, old television.
Man,
to which I say, have you logged into the Comcast dashboard recently?
Oh, no. Nope.
It's like, honestly.
This reminds me, actually, I have to cancel my YouTube TV subscription like as soon as we get off this. I only have it for the football season.
Right.
This is the year I was like, I am not going to not once ask myself the question, where or how am I going to watch the Eagles? And so I was like, I'm just buying all the things this year. I'm done with that.
Just do it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, you have a lot more experience with this. We don't watch a ton of like YouTube, but I will say everything happens in Apple TV. And when I look at YouTube TV, Netflix, Apple TV, like even
Peacock,
they all have a similar vibe. The recommendation matrix, there's throwing in like short video, live video,
extra
recorded
data,
type stuff.
behind
Like
the scenes.
it's all in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is true to my house. And it's been this way for a really, really long time. But even like I think of the variety of people in my household who watch YouTube on the TV, like when you pull, or not just YouTube TV, but YouTube in general, right? This isn't just YouTube TV. Yep. It's probably more so the bigger deal is the YouTube app, right? Like regular old YouTube videos are now living room entertainment, right? So we're watching influencers, we're watching cooking shows. Even my little 5-year-old is watching Roblox. Right, watching people build things, not Roblox, watching Minecraft, watching like,
Minecraft,
people build things in Minecraft, and actually, he is attached now to characters in the Minecraft world. So you have these little characters, and they have these Milo and Chip, if you ever want to look it up, and they have this little dialogue between the two of them, and they build these worlds, and they have these competitions. But it's just like two jabrones playing video games somewhere. And it's just now it's in my
jabrones
and it's my 5-year-old's living room entertainment.
That's right. Really wild. Yeah.
So I mean, it's the real thing in the auto world. I mean, you just think about the opportunity and how much attention you should be paying to this, because if you're not thinking YouTube ads, video ads, then you're missing.
If you're not thinking YouTube ads, if you're not thinking YouTube content, if you're not thinking like how that drives like SEO value and watch hours and impressions on brand and all that type of stuff, it is, I would say that it's a more important practice than potentially even Google search is at this point.
Well, Google search, the Google search world is dying a quick death here.
Scary.
And I know that's another topic for another day. We've given you enough to chew on for today. Look, it's Wednesday. You're really not even halfway through the week yet. You got a whole day to still be Wednesday. Get out there, take care of the people, enjoy the industry you're in, and realize the blessings that we have.